What's going on, guys? We are back to another road. I'm trying to make $50,000 buying and selling sports cards. So the last time we updated you was about 10 days ago, and we were at $6,168.20 in profit. So we restarted the challenge back in May. We originally were going to try to make $50,000 for the year. Still going to try to do that. Lost a couple months of moving, but in those months I didn't make a ton of money. I flipped a lot of bad inventory and got into much better inventory. So kind of a quick breakdown of everything that we did. We had a lot of moving parts this upcoming week, and we knew we weren't going to make a lot of money, but the goal for this week was to flip our inventory and to get some new stuff to sell. So the first thing that we did is we went to a card show. We spent $1,268 at that show. You guys can go back and check out my last video. It's titled "Spend $1,268" or "What Can $1,268," something along those lines of spending get you at the card show. We got some cooler stuff, but we didn't get a ton that's quick flips. Some of the deals were going to be longer term holds, but I think I can get better profit margins on them, such as like a 101 Ted Williams bat relic, quad bat relic with a couple other people on there. So things like that. We'll see how that all goes. But I did get some quick flip stuff as well. So happy to have some new inventory there. The other thing that we did is we went to a trade night. So we sold one card at the trade night for $16. So made a little bit of extra money there, but we didn't spend a ton of money. I was expecting to spend, usually I spend like close to $1,000 at these trade nights. This time I only spent $165. Everything was pretty much worked into deals, flipping cards. I had two deals that were cash deals. And so one was a straight buy. I actually worked a deal with a kid, and he had a box of cards that was also his father's. He wasn't trading his father's cards, but he's willing to sell his father's cards. So I got 5 lower end, nothing crazy cards, but stuff I thought I could make a little bit of money on, and spent $30 on that one. There was also another deal that was like $60. It ended up being a buy, but it was I also had sold, like we did a trade with some cash on the first one, and then kind of threw in some extra cash to buy 2 other cards. I probably shouldn't have bought during the trade night, but ended up doing that. So we spent the $165 there. The third thing we spent our money on is we bought a box of the new Marvel, Topps Marvel cards. So these are the comic book hero cards. Just kind of show you guys some of the pickups. These are the base cards. So a couple of the reasons why I bought this box, but the main reason I bought this box is to get my kids involved in sports cards. So one of the things, the whole kind of point of this channel, Next Generation Sports Cards, I look forward to adding my kids into the collecting journey with me. There's a couple projects I'm doing right now, like trying to spell their names with Letterman cards. I'm very picky on the cards that I am trying to spell their names with. But I am looking to do stuff like that, and I do enjoy when they show interest in sports cards with me. They do like it because I like it, and they know that I like it. So I thought this would be a cool thing to give to them as a way to kind of get them in. I want to buy one of those binders. I need to look at that. Probably tonight have my wife order it. I'm not much of an Amazon person, but go on and get one of those nice binders that you can put the top-loaded cards in there, and really try to get my kids like starting in their collection and have a little bit of fun with that. But we're going to use them kind of as rewards, things to give to them. Spent $320.99 ripping these cards. That video will be out soon, probably at the end of this week, maybe early next week, so you guys can see everything that we picked up and kind of what the cards looked like. You'll see from me, I don't know much about Marvel. My kids love the little Spider-Man animated show, so that's why I decided that this might be a good pickup. I showed my son the cards, and he's super excited to try to earn some of the cards. But this is kind of what the backs of the cards look like. So I'm looking at each one because I didn't know, like Spider-Punk. I didn't know that was a thing. So things like that I kind of had to read. So probably not the best video that's going to be coming out, but I had fun opening it. And the last thing that we did is we spent $1,050 at the card shop during that trade night. I bought 6 boxes of F1, Topps Chrome, 2024 Topps Chrome hobby boxes for F1, and I've been flipping those boxes. I get them from my card shop for $175, and I'm selling them for $240 plus shipping on eBay. So making about $20, $25 a box. I've been kind of going slower. I've been buying 4 boxes, then another 4 boxes, and like 6 boxes. So this time going into it, I'm going to try to buy maybe a case, maybe 2 cases, we'll see, at that price if I can, just because of how quick I am able to flip that. I got the 6 boxes from the trade night, and within 24 hours I was able to flip all 6 boxes. So happy with the progress we made there. And that's everything that we spent. So then the rest of it is money coming in. We had 2 eBay payouts come through. So the first one was for $787. I actually did this one early. So you can charge your eBay a little bit early. I do weekly payouts. They charge me a $2 fee to just like schedule a payment for early, but you get the money within 30 minutes. I did that because I was going to the trade night. I had the card show. I kind of depleted some of my funds that I've been using for cards, buying a trailer from the other half of my business. So didn't have a ton of like extra cash that I wanted to spend on cards. So did the early payout just to get a little bit extra. And then I ended the week with $1,755.28. So that was pretty much from Friday to the end of Monday sales. And it's such a big number there because I sold all those hobby boxes. So very happy with the week as far as eBay goes. You know, anytime over $2,000 is really where I want to be. Selling hobby boxes, I want to get up that number closer to 3,000 if I'm going to be doing so. But happy with where we landed there. Then we continue with PSA. So I've been buying cards to sell directly to PSA. If you guys don't know already, PSA is now making offers. Essentially, they have repackers and card shops that they're working with where they're selling those cards directly to those dealers, and they're using it for their repacks or selling or whatever they're doing with it. But they've developed a network with that, and if you scan the card, it'll give you an instant cash offer. So I've been taking advantage of that. Unfortunately, you can't take advantage of the offer until it's in your vault, which takes about 10 days to do, for me at least. I've done 3 submissions. All 3 were about a 10-day mark where it showed up into my vault, and then it takes about a day or 2 to process. Ultimately, it takes about a 2-week process, but if their offer is still good, you can sell it directly to them. A lot of times the offer is dropped a little bit for me, nothing egregious or outrageous. There's been a couple that actually went up in an offer, and I've had, I think, 4 cards that the offer just disappeared on. But I'm going to drop a video on that, kind of discussing the process on that. If you're interested, you'll see that video coming out very soon. But it's definitely something I'm still going to try to take advantage of. We had one payout for $37.80. I had taken one of the cards that didn't have the offer drop too much for me. I waited about 5 days, and then that offer had risen to a higher offer than what originally was there, and took advantage of that. Sold that card for $37.80. So that's why you see a separate one. And then the original for everything else we submitted was $285.21. So all in all, I've made close to $2,500 selling cards directly to PSA. Fast sales, no fees. Very happy with the way that process works. As I said, the trade night, we sold the one card for $16. And then we had one private sale. We sold a Peyton Manning autograph card for $120 after fees and shipping through PayPal. We net about $112 there. So sold that card for $112, trying to get more into the private sales. I post my card on Instagram, and then I usually put it on a forum I use. I need to make sure I'm consistent with that, because I'll have a week where I'm really good with it, and then I'm not good for like 2 weeks, and then good for a week. So I want to be a little bit more consistent with that, because I have made some deals on Instagram. I have a couple people that trust me now and follow me and are asking questions about the cards I do post when I post them. So I want to be more consistent in driving those numbers up. But that's everything that we had for movement this week. We ended up netting $6,357.50 in profit overall for the year. For the week, we made just under $200. Happy with a little bit of profit. I thought that we might even drop a little bit. So to freshen up my inventory with the trade night and the card show, and then to still make a little bit of money is great. The beginning of this week's already been pretty good with eBay. Hopefully that trend will continue. But we're continuing on the road. If you guys want to follow my card journey, please give me a like, subscribe, comment. All that stuff greatly helps me out. I'll catch you guys on the next one.